Hey everybody! So welcome back to the Philly Sports Podcast, and today I'm going to be, doing a breakdown of the Eagles signing free agent linebacker Eric Wilson to a 1-year, $3.25 million deal. So before we get started in today's video, so make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure you have the notification bell on. And I'll have all my socials linked in the description down below, along with my podcasts, for you guys to listen. But with that being said, let's hop right into it. So, obviously, the Eagles have signed free agent linebacker Eric Wilson to a 1-year, $3.25 million deal. And before the Eagles signed Eric Wilson, he spent his first 4 seasons in the league with Minnesota. So now at the time of this recording, when the Eagles signed him, there was no cap hit or record a cap hit. So if you know what the cap hit is, make sure you leave that in the comment section down below, because I haven't found anything about that. So I think this is a great signing for Philly, based on the fact that they finally bolstered the linebacker position. Like according to his contract, so we'll start with his contract details. Like I said, at the time of this recording, his base salary starts at $3.25 million. And I don't know what the cap hit is, like I mentioned. So if you know what the cap hit is, like I said, put it in the comment section down below. And and I have I got some reasons for this. This is a great sign for Philly. Now, he's entering his 27-year-old season, and like I said, they bolstered the linebacker position along, re-signing Alex Singleton, which was, for me, I liked, because Alex Singleton did pretty well for us last season. I think, he knows our new defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, very well. But he also has familiarity with another player that we signed, Anthony Harris. So having him being familiar with Anthony Harris and knowing defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon well, especially under Nick Sirianni, which could really help us out, pretty well when it comes to the linebacker position. Well, when the Eagles, this was a huge steal especially of a linebacker of his caliber. And it's a cheap and a reasonable deal, so they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to be hit. They're going to be under the cap, but I don't think it's not going to be that much of a cap hit. Yeah. So a little background on Eric Wilson. He was an undrafted free agent in 2017. So the Minnesota Vikings picked him up. So he played in his first season with Minnesota at age 23. He has played 16 games. Started 0 with 1 forced fumble, with 8 combined tackles. 5 of them are solo, and 3 of them are assisted. With 0 total for loss. And then we move on to 2018, which is his age 24 season. He played 16 games, but started 4. In that season, he only had 2 sacks, recorded 2 sacks with 42 combined tackles, 31 are solo tackles, 11 of them are assisted, and there's 4 tackles for loss. Then we move to 2019, which is his age 25 season as an inner linebacker. He played 16 games, obviously started 6 of them, with 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles, 1 fumble return for 0 yards, 0 touchdowns. But he recorded 3 sacks that season with his combined tackles of 62 combined tackles. 36 are solo tackles, 26 assisted tackles, and 6 tackles for loss. And we move on to his until the 2020 season, where he played right linebacker. He played 15 or 16 games. I'm sorry. He started 15 of those with 3 interceptions for 23 yards, 0 touchdowns. His long was 16 with 8 pass deflected, with 1 forced fumble, with 2 fumble returns for 7 yards, also recording 3 sacks, with 122 combined tackles, with 62 assisted tackles, and then 60 assisted tackles, with 8 tackles total for loss. So in his first 4 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings, he has racked up 64 games played, with 25 of them started. We're also recording 3 interceptions with 23 yards, 0 touchdowns, with as long as for 16 yards, with 8 pass deflected, with 2 forced fumbles, 0 actually caused 0 fumbles. But he has 3 fumble returns for 7 yards, recorded a total 8 sacks in his first 4 seasons, with combined total tackles of 234 tackles. 134 of them are solo tackles, with 100 of those tackles are being assisted, and with 18 total tackles for loss. So that's a little small background of him, and what he's done his first 4 seasons with Minnesota. Now he's entering his first season with the Eagles. I'm really looking forward to see what he can do under Jonathan Gannon and Nick Sirianni's scheme. It's going to be interesting. But I hope if you like the content I'm putting out, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, along with the notification bell on. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which they're going to be linked in the description below. If you want to help support this channel, I have a buy me a coffee. That's also going to be linked in the description as well. But other than that, this is Robert from the Philly Sports Podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next video.